Hey, welcome to Flock to Faith, and I am Renee Reborn. And I just want to give you a little bit about what our channel is all about. We really focus on biblical clarity and cultural chaos. Specifically, we look at AI and Hollywood, and we twist everything around and give you the biblical point of view. But every video we do and every topic that we talk about really is going to fit into what we've created is called the FIGHTS formula, which is the battle for your soul. It's this spiritual battle between what Satan does and what he attacks and what God promises for you. And you can see there's a picture there that FIGHTS is a mirror acronym. And what Satan throws at you, God has got a solution for you. And we're going to go in a little bit more detail in a little bit later. So the FIGHTS formula really has been built off of one of my favorite Bible verses in the story in Exodus. And the Bible verse is Exodus 14:14. The Lord will fight for you. You only need to be still. Which is crazy to me, right? I always think you have to do something. Like I'm performance driven. But really, God really does everything for you. He can do the miracle. He will provide a way out. And we are living in the days, and every day it is a spiritual battle. Now, most people don't think like that. Everyone is nowadays really deceived in thinking that the other person is my enemy. But my favorite story, this Bible verse is from one of my favorite stories in the Bible, is when the Israelites were being led out of slavery after 400 years in Egypt. And they came to a crossing, right? They are at the Red Sea. Pharaoh's heart was hardened and chasing after to eliminate them because he had regret letting them go. And they were, what do we do when we hit a crossing? We whine and cry. Why is this happening to me? And that's what they did. They were questioning Moses. Like, why? We told you to leave us alone. Why are we here? Why did you bring us here to die? When we should have stayed in Egypt. We would have been happy being in bondage. And Moses says this to him, the Lord will fight for you. You need only be still. Took his rod, placed it in the Red Sea, and God did his miracle. Part of the Red Sea in which all the Israelites got through the Red Sea and Pharaoh was destroyed. And so the God today is still doing the same miracles, and he fights for you today. So every attack that Satan has for you, God has got a promise for you, and he fights for you as well. Well, FIGHTS formula is written in a book, and there are training videos and courses that are coming out. And in one of the chapters, I had to open up with this quote just because it really applies to me. As a young girl, I was very independent. I'm a perfectionist. I was raised by two perfectionists, and I literally believe this quote. There are no fairy tales, and Prince Charming is not coming up and riding on a white horse for your rescue. The only one that can save you is you. Grow up, princess. But there is nothing further from the truth because God is here to rescue, and he is the Prince of Peace. So you really do have a Prince Charming. It just doesn't look like it would as the world would paint the picture in the Disney movies. So another Bible verse to help support the FIGHT formula is John 10:10. So just as fight, the word FIGHTS is a mirror acronym, so is John 10:10. So this kind of supports the mirror image. So John 10:10, the very first part is Satan's goal. The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But God's promise is I have come that they have life, and they have it to the full, or they have it in the abundance. So let's talk about the FIGHTS formula. So the mirror image and the acronym is FIGHTS. So Satan will attack through fear. He wants to increase all of your worry and all of your doubt. But God's promise, he is faithful. He is always there, even when we don't know he's there. All we have to do is call on his name, and he will be there. He will never forsake you, and he will never leave you. Satan will attack insignificance or our self-worth. He will always tell us that we don't matter, that we aren't enough. And God is we were created in his image, but he gives us identity because he adopted us into his family. And so we have identity as a child of God, which gives us major significance in this world. Satan will attack us through our guilt. He always wants us looking to the past and all the things we did wrong. He wants us having regret, and he wants us remembering our sin, and so that we relate to the sin as our name. But God gives us grace, and through forgiveness, his grace is sufficient, and it covers us in all of our sin. H stands for heartbreak. And I don't know about you, but I can't stand disappointment, and I really struggle with heartbreak. And so what Satan wants us to do, he wants us trapped in that heartbreak, so we remain in that bitterness. He doesn't want us to be healed. He wants us to remain bitter, and the bitter we are, the more hatred that we have for each other. T is going to stand for tormenting thoughts. That is one of the very first areas in which Satan attacks us. But when you know the truth, which God provides us through the Word of God, then the truth can set you free. And then that freeness really helps set you away from the confusion in which is caused by those tormenting thoughts. S, well, I don't know if you noticed or not, but we're kind of living in a selfish world. And so Satan really attacks in that selfish area. He wants us totally focused on ourselves, not others. Narcissistic attitude has really been discussed a lot in the last 10, 15 years. And so he wants us to remain selfish. He doesn't want us to think about anybody else or pay attention or to help anyone else. But God sent his son to give the ultimate sacrifice to show us what love truly is all about. So no matter what it is that we are dealing with in the world, and no matter what Satan throws to us, and whatever challenge we deal with, we can really throw into one of these buckets. We could throw anything he throws or challenge we have into fear, insignificance, guilt, heartbreak, tormenting thoughts, or selfishness and pride. And on God's side, anything he has to offer to help support us and to help protect us can be through his gift or promise or character, through his faithfulness, the identity he gives us, his grace, healing, truth, and his sacrifice. So I hope that you will go to flocktofaith.com, and that is our main website, and go to flocktofaith and then .com and then / fights formula download. And this is what the page looks like. And then you'll just scroll down and enter your name and your email. You're going to be able to get that one page download that has this acronym on it. And it's going to get you in where you can get all of our Bible studies, our new content, the first chapter of our download, our first chapter of our book that's coming out. And we've got a really, really great Holy Week study that comes out for every Easter, and there's always new content that's getting in there. So you're going to get on the list, and you'll be able to get all of the new content that comes out and be able to join our community. I really look forward to seeing you on that side of Flock to Faith, and be sure that you subscribe to our channel and hit that bell for notifications so you know exactly when all of our new videos are coming out. Have a blessed day, and I look forward to seeing you soon, and just make sure you stay flocked to God.